What's going on, guys? Just got done workout number 2. I'm on day 4 of phase 1 of the Live Hard program. So coming down to the end of the day, it's like 11:40 p.m. Just getting it in, nice 45-minute session. It was 5 rounds, 3 minutes on the row erg, 3 minutes on the bike erg, 3 minutes on the ski erg. Repeat that for 5 rounds, so 45 minutes of active work. Your recovery is the transitions between each machine. I tried to maintain between 45 cals on the bike and 50 plus. I think 52 to 54 was my average on the rower. I think my ski erg was like a 53, 57, so a little higher on the ski erg because that's my, for whatever reason, it's my really good machine. My row's in the middle, and then my bike, man, it's just getting those legs going. So, getting into the video, I got a question, DM, about how to have optimal training sessions, how to fit in your training sessions with work or school. Here's a couple things that I've implemented into my young adult life to allow myself to get in 1, 2, sometimes 3 sessions a day. And we'll talk about some different options. So first off, talking about what is the optimal training for you, right? How many sessions should you be getting in a day? How often should you be training in a week? How many rest days should you be taking? Should you be doing 2 a days, 3 a days? What's the modalities that you're looking to hit, right? All those questions are really good questions. And I think the most important thing that you need to ask yourself is not actually the working out, but how quickly and how well can you recover in between sessions. This does not get talked about enough. Athletes think that they just need to be hammering themselves in the gym, back-to-back days, 3 times in a day, right? It's not always the case. For example, today, Friday, I did a heavy weightlifting session after work, but the volume was very low. I did 5 clean and jerks, very heavy, and I did up to 90%, and then I did 5 before that. I did 5 snatches, just singles, up to 90%, 5 or 6 sets of just singles there. So 11 to 15 reps total if you want to include my warm-ups. That's all I did the entire session. And then here, nice and smooth, getting the heart rate up, just getting moving for 45 minutes, nothing crazy. So one was high intensity, low volume. The other session was high volume, lower intensity, but still in that moderate range. So 2 really good sessions, polar opposites in what I'm doing and what I want to achieve. The first one was technical. This one was just kind of flowing, letting the body get loose and limber for Saturday, which is tomorrow. Your optimal training results in how well can you recover between sessions, depending on what you eat, the timing of what you eat, how well you're hydrating, soft tissue work, mobility, the ability not to just sit around all day. If you work a desk job or you're in school, try to get up and move as much as possible. Keeping those, I have my hip flexors tighten up a crazy amount from sitting all day at work, so I try to get up and get moving multiple times within an hour, taking a couple 10-minute breaks here and there, just to walk around, get the legs moving, go for a little jog in the yard, just to make sure my hips aren't tightening up when I want to get to the gym, which ultimately I have to warm up even longer, or it just affects the entire session altogether. So think about that when you're trying to have optimal training sessions. Because if you can't recover from one to the next, that's going to limit the number or the amount of training you can get within a week. So it's going to ultimately lower your volume. Some people, 1 session will be good a day. Sometimes you can take half of what you were going to do one day and break it up into 2 sessions. Maybe do the strength in the morning, conditioning in the afternoon, or vice versa. Conditioning, then your strength. If you are a longer endurance athlete, that may be more optimal. But if you're somebody who's a power lifter, you may just need 1 session, and then maybe your second session is more just like 30 minutes of accessories or 30 minutes of mobility. You might not need 3 sessions. You might not need 2 sessions every day. You might just need one nice long 3-hour, 4-hour session, depending on your training. How well can you recover the next day? Is there a recovery day the next day? Are you coming off of a recovery day? All those factors depend. Also, just how's the body feeling, right? If you're feeling really, really crappy, maybe you need to scale it back and you just do 1 session, take your recovery day, come into it, and maybe you hit a double then, where you add a little bit more volume from the one day that you missed, or the session that you missed, and you stack that onto another, depending on the movements that you're doing. Another thing too is, I always get questions on how do you find time to work out? Well, you have to make time. If you feel like you don't have time, you have to audit and edit your schedule and cut out things that maybe not as important anymore. Maybe not going to a party with friends or going out to the bars after work. Be like, I gotta get to bed early so I can wake up early and go to the gym. Or you get stuff done in the morning, you take care of your 9 to 5, and then you have time to work out in the afternoon. Again, If you have kids, this can make things a little bit more difficult, so I would suggest the AM or really, really late at night after the kids are asleep. But for my younger audience, you have to find the time, cut out friends a little bit, not completely, but a little bit, just to buy yourself those 90 minutes to 2 hours that you may need to work out. Next, balance. How do you not overtrain? How do you not cut out certain relationships? And that's where the whole balancing act is. Now, if you want to be training at a very high level, a near elite or superstar level for whatever your discipline is, balance isn't always going to be there. There's a certain level of dedication and investment into yourself that you have to make. Some relationships are going to struggle. From personal experience, some of my relationships aren't as strong as I'd like them to be because I'm dedicating my life towards CrossFit and health and fitness and influencing people and making and producing content that I think is super valuable because I want to affect millions of people's lives ultimately. So balance right now may not be here, but I envision balance for the future, when I get a little bit older, when I want to start a family, when stuff starts to change as I age. But if that's not your goal, if your goal is just to stay healthy and fit, the balance for you is just to find an hour or two, 2, 3, maybe 4 days a week, where you take this time for yourself to work out, to do something positive for yourself, get the endorphins flowing, improve your longevity, your health, right? And that's all, again, all dependent on your goals. If you're somebody in high school or college and you want to make a certain sports team, yeah, you're going to have to go to the summer conditionings. You're going to have to hit the weight room, not lift crazy amounts of weight, but just strengthen your body, do some prehab work with some bands, get some cardio in, stay in shape. Again, there's balance. You get your workout in and then go hang out with your boys after you're done. Or you get your workout in, you're in the morning, you go to work, and then you can chill out the rest of the day when you get home. Watch a movie with your fiance, your girlfriend, or boyfriend, or what have you, and you can hang out, and that's fine, right? You have to, again, couple your training with your goals. If you have a certain expectation and you don't put in the work, it's gonna be a major letdown. But if you're honest with yourself about what you want and what you plan to do to get there, you're gonna be fine, and you're gonna have that balance that you're looking for. The last thing is programming. How do you know what to do, when to do it? And again, this is very specific to what you're doing. For me as a CrossFit athlete, right now in the off season, where we're not having the open, the quarterfinals, the big national tournament for people who want to go further and go to that elite level in CrossFit, we just finished up the CrossFit Games. Well, not me, but CrossFit itself. So we're in the off season. I'm building strength. So for me personally, I'm doing less conditioning, less running, less cardio. Granted, I did do a nice recovery session, but still I'm only doing that once or twice a week, not 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days out of the week, right? I'm not hitting multiple sessions doing conditioning. I'm focusing mainly on strength. Same thing goes for a power lifter or power builder, bodybuilders, right? Your training is gonna be dictated by what you want to get out of it, how you want to spread things out, what part of your season are you in? Are you gearing up for a competition, right? Your diet's gonna be changing. All that stuff you have to factor in. So programming, a lot of people like to do a push, so upper body push, upper body pull, legs, rest day, repeat that throughout your week. So you're getting in, again, 5 to 6 training sessions, depending on how you want to divide that up. People who do CrossFit, maybe one day you're working on simply gymnastics movements, the next day you're just strength training with your legs and doing some deadlifts. The next day might be strictly a conditioning day. And then Thursday may be your rest day. And now we're at Friday, where maybe it's just Olympic lifting and a nice medium length Metcon. And then Saturday, it's just like a full send. And then Sunday, you're completely off. That's like a nice little sample of programming there. If you're a runner, maybe you're training for a marathon or a half marathon. Monday, nice and light run. Tuesday, tempo runs where you're interval training or running at a high intensity, walking or jogging at a lower intensity. Wednesday might be that rest day, and then you repeat that again for Thursday, Friday, and then go on a super long run for Saturday, rest Sunday, what have you, right? But you have to understand how to spread things out. You have to listen to your body. I've been programming for myself for about 2 months now, and I'm really adjusting and listening. I'm about to go into a deload week next week, kind of tapering off, and then ramping up for 3 weeks as I want to max out in about a month from now. So all these things I'm planning and putting into place as we get things figured out. So listen to your body, learn how to spread things out. If you don't, ask certain people that are in the fitness space. I'm sure they'll be happy to help you. Don't get too caught up in them trying to sell you something. Just try to get a little bit of something from them and just say thank you here and there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. I'm not going to sell you anything. I don't plan on it right now. In the future, absolutely, I want to sell programs that help people get their dream physiques and dream shape, especially in the CrossFit space, bodybuilding space, all that great stuff. Just want people to be healthy in general. But that is my little spiel about training and how it can be really effective for you. Hope you guys got something out of it. Please subscribe if you got some value out of this. Please comment. What did you like? What didn't you like? What do you want to see in the future? Again, you can shoot me a DM on Instagram or TikTok. Give me a shout out on Twitter. I'm trying to grow all platforms and get this thing rolling on social media. So thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Again, I hope you guys got value, and I really do appreciate you taking a second to watch this video. So thank you. Peace. Much love.